The Raptors coming down the tunnel prior to the game. They're prepared to give their rabid home fan base. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning. And if you... claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do. One thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
A look at the Bulls starting lineup. They've got Kobe White. Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Ball in at the one. A three from Quickly. Nailed from three-point land.
Quickly, competitive, and responds with a three of his own.
Onside, Barrett. Barnes outside. Barrett with a screen on Ball. Back to Barrett. 6 to shoot. Out to Ingram. All sorts of time. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Well, Ingram just letting it rip right now on the offensive end.
And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Darko Rajakovic had a few moments to share with me before. Dealing with Lonzo Ball's playmaking was at the front of his mind. He told me Lonzo's a tremendous decision maker, so we've got to be quick to close off the passing lanes. We can't let him create easy baskets. The goal is to keep Ball's impact as a playmaker down to a minimum. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Vucevic against Boucher. Pass to Buzelis. Rebound by the Raptors. Here's Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
Like how selfless Quickly was on that play, just creating team offense.
Bulls have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Giddey. White left side. Another shot. Pass to Buzelis. The three. And that one is off. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Toronto Raptors. And it's quickly missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Buzelis with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. And he gets it to go. Ball's got 5 points so far.
Well, again, big guards, that helps out. And Ball using that to his advantage on the inside.
Boucher with a screen on White. Quickly against White. Pass to Boucher. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Boucher, it's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Pass to Buzelis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Buzelis has got his second bucket.
And when it comes to the three-point shooting of Buzelis, we know he has the ability, but we need to see consistency. Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Giddey finds White. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Here's Vucevic. Back to White. Boucher with the steal. And the dunk by Boucher.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
To the paint. Here's Giddey. Releases. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Quickly against White. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Giddey. Up and in on the layup.
Inside, Giddey has to count on some creativity and some agility. Hard for him to muscle through the defense.
Quickly with a wide open look. And the Raptors hit again from deep. You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Nobody near Barnes. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Buzelis out there with Kevin Huerter. Then there's Lonzo Ball. Then it's White, and it's Vucevic in its center. There aren't too many players with a skill set as diverse as Brandon Ingram's.
Yes, Kevin, you got to appreciate the tools that Brandon Ingram possesses. That comes with a lot of hard work. But this guy can score over smaller defenders. He's creative enough to draw contact against bigger guys and use that quickness. He's always been a scorer, but his playmaking ability over the past couple seasons, that's something that's growing and is giving them a chance to be very competitive.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. Barnes. Barrett kicks to Barnes. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pass the ball. Huerter on the wing. It's stolen by Barrett. For three, Ingram buries it from three-point range. And it's It's a 10-point Raptor lead.
And Brandon Ingram continues to work on that smooth three-point release.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Smith checked in for Vucevic. Williams comes in for Buzelis. Ayo Dosunmu is checked in for White. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Lonzo Ball. Here's Herter. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. The NBA scoring explosion, Brent, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game. But let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the offseason in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
Pass to Barrett. Barnes outside. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And it's Smith missing. Toronto leading by 10. Barrett the pass to Barnes. Driving inside. Rebound by Smith.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
Dosunmu, the pass to Giddey. Fires the 3. The rebound by Brandon Ingram. Toronto, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Ingram against Giddey. And Smith puts up a deep 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Outside Barrett. Barnes kicks to Barrett. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, Barrett with a nice touch down there as the lefty was able to negotiate the little room that he had.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Herter on the wing. Barrett covering. Herter passes to Giddey. Shot clock at 6. With the shot. And again, no good by Chicago.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
And it's Ingram missing. And so it's the Toronto Raptors looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
For the fan, half-court shot of line. They're thinking about the shot.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Nice performance by Emmanuel Quickley.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
They've got Dick, and it's Abaji in at the small forward. That's the groove starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. And it's Smith missing. Raptors leading by 15. Pass to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Ball kicks to Smith. Here's Dosunmu. Knocks it loose. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Jump ball.
That's tipped. Here's Battle, covered by Smith. Battle misses. Bulls trail by 17. Ball with a wide open look. Off target with his three.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. You can't give up looks like that all game long.
The Bulls have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year, Draymond Green, says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
You got the 1-2 punch, as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. B.A. Banks. Smith the pass to Ball. Outside Terry. And again, no good by Chicago. Raptors leading by 17. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Ball kicks to Terry. Back to Ball. Out to Smith. Bulls moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. And it's Ball penetrating.
He's got such a great handle and then can get up to speed quickly. Lonzo Ball with a nice drive.
Bulls shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
So for the Bulls, Vucevic checked in for Jalen Smith. Buzelis comes in for Patrick Williams. And it's Whiten for Dosunmu. Toronto's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Here's Dick. It's good from long range. Dick's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
And then Buzelis with the dunk.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Mobo can't hit.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
An assertive offensive player. White knows he has the green light to rise and fire.
Hurdle sets the pick for Dick. Pass to Battle. Here's the screen. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Here's Mobo. Banked in off the glass.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Bulls trail by 15. Terry outside. Now here's Ball. Dick defending. Toronto's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. And that one's good. Battle.
In so many different ways, Dick gets the ball to his teammates, always on time and on target.
Vucevic finds Terry. There's the triple. And it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Terry. Vucevic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Dick passes to back. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. Down by 15. Takes the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. From deep three-point land. And so it's the Toronto Raptors. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Bulls trail by 15 on the court for Chicago to start the fourth. The guard set is Giddey and White. Buzelis out there with Vucevic, and it's Herter in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Mobo. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Raptors lead by 16.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Giddey, no good. Toronto's shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Barnes the screen. Mobo. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Pass to Giddey. It's White on the wing. Shoots the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Barrett, no good. Bulls trail by 16. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That's his first foul. And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. And a change for the Bulls. Jones checked in for Kevin Herter. Puts up a deep 3. And it's White missing. Raptors leading by 16. For 3, Ingram. Barrett kicks to Quickly. Good on the triple.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Jones finds White. And again, no good by Chicago. Toronto's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim.
And you'd like to see Buzelis use that size inside rather than just settle for the jump shot.
Barnes outside. Fires from deep. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
And here's Quickly for 3. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Barnes. Quickly against Giddey. Just 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. Rebound by the Bulls. Giddey's got 4 rebounds in this game. Jones the pass to White over Barnes. Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Ingram against White. Ingram outside. Barnes screen on White. For 3, Ingram. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's White, and White slams it in.
And right now, White, red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
No one near Boucher as he lets it go. And he's good on the 3 ball. And the Raptors lead by 19.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works for the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Raptors.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooter.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
We've got 1:08 left to play here in the fourth. And here's Ingram from the arc. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And you love the work Ingram has put into his shot. You can put him in the corner now and force the defense to extend.
Buzelis for 3.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
And here's Barnes for three. Vucevic with the rebound. One-on-one here. Here's Buzelis, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Barnes kicks to Barrett from downtown, and Vucevic pulls it down. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Pass to Buzelis. Jones from outside. Another three for Chicago.
Really nice job there by Buzelis. Already sees the floor at a high level.
Carter against Ingram. From deep three-point territory. Missed. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend.
We should... see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Now Atlanta's starting five. Ricochet and Johnson, they're the forwards. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Kongwu in at the center position. Here's Ricochet. Pass to Young. Here's Ricochet. Three-pointer. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Outside Barnes. This one for three. Knocks down the long J.
This is a huge part of Scotty Barnes' development. Can he knock down the long ball?
Here's Daniels, guarded by Barrett. Daniels passes to Okongwu. Back to Daniels. Launches it. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Atlanta has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And the foul called on Emmanuel quickly. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
On defense, the Raptors. Young against quickly. Count it. Good.
Yeah, there's Trae Young getting it done inside.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. The Raptors have gone 1 for 3 so far. Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys. And he hasn't really had that.
Offensive rebound. Back to quickly. The three. Kicks it out to Barnes. Takes the three. Drills it from deep. Barnes has got 6.
This guy's such an intelligent scorer. Scotty Barnes really ready to rise and fire.
Quickly against Young. Takes a 3. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got 4 rebounds now. Barnes with a screen on Young. Quickly passes to Barrett. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Young against quickly. Here's Ricochet. Johnson a screen on Ingram. Outside Johnson. 5 to shoot. The Hawks need to get one up here. Young. And it's Young again missing. Toronto's gone 2 of 5 from deep. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Darko Rajakovic. I asked him about how difficult it is to game plan for someone like Trae Young, and Coach said to me, I told our players to play up on him. The more he moves and runs around, the more likely he is to get into a rhythm, so we need to stay aggressive against him. Sounds like this might be a very physical game, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And it's the Raptors with the ball after the Hawks picking up a basket just moments ago. Barnes a screen quickly from outside. Kicks it out to Barrett. The 3 ball. They grab their own miss. Boucher passes to Barnes. The 3, Barrett. Rebound Atlanta. There's a minute 17 left now in the first quarter. And he lobs it up. Deflects the pass. And here they come. And that'll be Toronto's ball as it goes out of bounds. Raptors able to keep possession. A minute 4 left in the first quarter here. He buries it from 3.
Tremendous vision from Chris Boucher. He is making a case for being more involved offensively.
The 3. Daniels misses. The Raptors with a lead. And here is Barrett. Still no points. And he drops it in from the low post.
This is a relentless scorer who is unafraid to work on the inside. In the paint, RJ making his presence felt.
Now here's Young. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the first. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
The 3 from Quickly. Unable to get that one. Here's Daniels. Pass to Rizachet. No good. Would have counted had it gone. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. Toronto out in front. Some good action already in this one. But a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Raptors.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Rizachet in at the small forward position. Grant, would you say the Raptors are in the process of starting over?
You know, I certainly don't think that's the wrong thing to call it, B.A. Coaching changes, some big trades. They're shuffling things around and trying to start building something new.
Johnson a screen on Quickly. Young the pass to Okongwu. The kick out to Young. Over Quickly. Young misses. Raptors trail by 3. On the wing Quickly. Guarded by Young. There's the triple. And Emmanuel Quickly gets a 3. Quickly's got 6 points.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Daniels passes to Young. Here's Rizachet, covered by Ingram. Now Okongwu. Pass to Daniels. Tries it from the top of the key. Rebound Toronto. Boucher's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Barrett into the lane. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul too. And he'll go to the line. It's on Onyeka Okongwu. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all seek.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Manuel quickly is the lead guard for the Raptors, and he said, I'm still learning when to be ultra aggressive and when to get my teammates involved. The balance of it all while playing defense at a high level. It's a lot, but I'm having fun learning all of it because this is what I wanted, to be challenged. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. Boucher on the screen. The three from quickly. Knocks down the triple. 9 points in the game.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's a Kongwu.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
Outside Barnes. Barrett, a screen on Johnson. Three from Barnes. It's rebounded by Rizachet.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Okongwu, the pass to Young. Here's Rizachet, all alone. No good, and that makes him 0 for 3.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
And that one's good. Ingram.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
And during the first few seasons of Emmanuel Quickly's career, he was seen primarily as a scorer, Greg.
Yes, but recently has blossomed into a more versatile threat. The leap we've seen in his passing has been especially impressive. He's a player to watch out for moving forward.
Here's Barnes, following the score by Atlanta. Boucher on the screen for 3. Barrett, rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in the game. Young finds a Kongwu. Back to Young. Fearless from Young inside.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Now here's Ingram. He's closely guarded. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the half. On the take. And the layup is good off the glass. Ingram's got 5 points now this quarter.
Moving so well at 6'8", Ingram can be a lot to handle, especially on the drive.
Okongwu, high post. Pass to Daniels. Puts up a 3. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got 9 rebounds now. And it's Barrett off the drive. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Excellent instincts from R.J. Barrett right there. Finds the gap, drives with confidence.
Here's Young. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Atlanta shooting their first free throw in this game. Free throw no good for Young. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. With 1 on the clock. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Raptors out in front, up 6. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Emmanuel quickly with a strong contribution so far in this one.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
We've got Grady Dick, and it's Abaji in at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. Niang, that's good.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Here's Mobo, defended by Niang. Pass to Mobo. Back to Dick. The 3 is up. Capella with a rebound. Hawks trail by 3. Second half getting started. About a minute played. Niang outside. Now here's man. Clock at 6. 17-foot shot on the way. And again, it's Atlanta.
Well, Karis LeVert can fill it up from anywhere, but this guy is a terrific mid-range scorer.
Doris, one thing you can say about Karis LeVert, he knows how to seize an opportunity.
And the thing about it, BA, is it doesn't matter if that opportunity comes when he's being a starter or when he's coming off the bench. His mindset is, my skill set is score, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Now here's LeVert. Niang outside. To the middle. Outside for LeVert. For the tie. Toronto grabs the miss. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Mobo, guarded by Capella. Pass to Pirtle. Here's Battle. Fires for 3. Gets the 3-ball to go. And it's a 6-point Toronto lead.
So the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the 3-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
Niang a screen. LeVert with the ball. Down low. Capella, the pass to Niang. LeVert outside. And he drives in. No luck on that one.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. They get it back. Pass to Battle. Fires from deep. On target from range. Battle's got 6 in the quarter.
Great work collapsing the defense, then kicking it out.
Now here's LeVert. Can they get it? And that one's good.
Don't you love to see Karis LeVert rise and fire? Perfect form on that release.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
The Raptors are still developing. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're focusing on offensive execution and player development. It's about what we need to do night in and night out, regardless of the opponent. As we grow, we'll teach more schemes for opponent preparation. BA step by step.
Yeah, it's a process, Allie. Thank you. And so it's Atlanta with it. The Raptors making their last shot. And here's LeVert for 3. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Pirtle's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Yeah, at the offensive end, more often than not, you'll find Capella at the rim.
Here's Mobo, defended by Niang. Pass to Abaji. Outside Dick. From downtown, the rebound by Atlanta. 30 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. LeVert passes to Niang. Back to LeVert. Launches the 3. Drains the triple. LeVert's got 7.
Well, you cannot allow Karis LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
Abaji can't hit.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Niang. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And we've reached the end of the third. Toronto out in front, leading by 6. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, Quinn Snyder had some words for his team over the break. He told his players, "We are right there, guys. This game is ours. Continue to work hard, and we will win this game."
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Fourth quarter, on the floor for the Hawks. Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Kongwu in at the center position.
He's never going to pass up that shot. The defense giving him way too much room.
If you try something like that, you better be sure to complete it.
From behind the arc. Kept alive. Here's Boucher. And finished off by Boucher.
Well, that's about positioning and length and athleticism. Boucher doing the job on the offensive rebounding end.
I'm watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
I think that's going to stick with him for a while. Huge mistake at a critical juncture in the game.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
Now here's Quickly. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got 4 rebounds in the game. The kick out to Young. It's stolen by Ingram. Quickly outside. On the wing quickly. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint. Here's Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Quickly from outside. And again, Toronto no good. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. They trail by 9. Pass to Daniels. The 3 from Risache. Sinks it from distance. Risache's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Here's Barnes. Quickly outside. Three-pointer. He drops it from range.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often. And, of course, he makes good use of it.
Daniels passes to Okongwu. And now the Raptors on the break. He goes up. Oh! And he goes in for the dunk.
R.J. Barrett with excellent vision. And it's not just the vision, it's the ability to put it on time and on target. Nicely done.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
Well, Ingram has great scoring instincts. He knows how to find shots and capitalize on them.
Johnson a screen on Barrett. Here's Daniels. Off target with the 3. Toronto leading by 10. And he dunks it down.
Well, R.J. Barrett wants to get in transition and get a basket before the defense can settle in.
There's Young with the 3. Rebound Toronto.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
It's Barrett on the wing. That 3's off the mark. Hawks trail by 12. Johnson with it. Now quickly defending. Stolen by quickly. Outside Barnes. Shoots over Young. Barnes, no good.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Raptors.
And as we see the game wind down, you have to remember all the second chance buckets this team put on the board.
They definitely won it with their offensive rebound. We watched them attack the ball and turn misses into makes all game long.
Free throw, no good for Young. Quickly, left side. And a foul called on Emmanuel Quickly. That's his third foul so far.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Second team foul.
That's tipped. Stolen by Quickly. Let's go with a three. Okongwu with the rebound.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can close the book on this one.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. And here's Ingram outside. Buries it from three.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Johnson on the wing. Here's Ingram. No good. So it's Toronto picking up the win. This one was a fun one to watch. Allie, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight.
these teams, of course, Greg, strong and rebounding. Should be a battle out there.
Nothing easy in the paint, Kevin. Both front courts will be fighting for every possession when they miss.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. The front court is Rizachet and Johnson. Daniels out there with Young. And it's Okongwu in its center.
I tell you, it's unorthodox to watch, but Ball shoots the ball with tremendous rhythm and confidence from beyond.
And so it's the Bulls getting on the board first. Young finds Johnson. Now Daniels, shot clock at 5. Launches it. That shot misses. Now the Bulls with it. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Giddey. Now here's Ball. Down low. For the 3. The shot, no good. Richard, for the Bulls, just one playoff appearance in their last 7 seasons.
Look, the last 4 years under Coach Billy Donovan, they've been respectful, but with all of the injuries and all of the issues, the path to true contention is probably on the other side of a long rebuild.
Here's Rizachet. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And such a nice stroke for a rookie. Rizachet looking like a polished shooter already.
Here's Ball. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Ball's got 5.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
A 3-pointer off the mark.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
On the wing, Giddey. Back to Vucevic. Out to White. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And it's good, 2 points. He has 7.
Lots of quick moves inside by Ball to get into great position for the score.
Pass to Young. Beyond the arc. Chicago grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Young for 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And most of the time, you expect Young's 3 ball to fall. That's just how good he is.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Vucevic. 2 minutes. Giddey kicks to Vucevic. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist.
The ability to stretch the floor is such a dangerous weapon for Vooch and his team.
Pass to Young. It's rebounded by Giddey.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Now, here's Johnson. Still scoreless.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Here's Ball. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here is Young. Back to Okongwu. Here's Daniels. And again, it's Atlanta.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
Chicago leading by 6. To the middle. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
When he puts it all together, Ball can put on quite a performance.
30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Daniels from outside. It's rebounded by Giddey. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Bulls to the inside. Ball. Back to Giddey. Ball feeling it out a bit. Out to White. Buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
He didn't even look worried about the time on the clock. Nice way to end a quarter.
It's been all about luck. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Chicago.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
They've got Vucevic all out there with Kobe White. Then it's Buzelis, and it's Giddey in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
So it's the Hawks now, trailing here by 8. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always try to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I've just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. And it's Vucevic missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Young kicks to Johnson. No good on the 3. The Bulls leading by 6. Richard, the steady improvement of Kobe White certainly has been fun to watch.
It certainly has, Kevin. He's starting to put it all together now, and it can take multiple years. We all knew he could score, but now his passing and his rebounding have also improved.
Here's Rizachet following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Inside. And there's Okongwu. That's good on the assist by Young. Okongwu's now got 4 points this quarter. To the paint, here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his flight gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
Young for 3, hands it from downtown. Young's got 9.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And he makes that one.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Johnson right side. And then Johnson with the jam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Ferocious move there by Ball, finding his finish while also taking the foul.
Some changes for Chicago. Jalen Smith comes in for Vucevic, and Kevin Huerter subbed in for Josh Giddey. And a switch here also for Atlanta. LeVert's checked in. Here's Johnson. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to go on Buzelis.
And how about the recognition there from LeVert? Coaching staff will appreciate that kind of ball movement.
Jones checked in for the Bulls. Now here's Jones. And here's Huerter outside. LeVert grabs the miss. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
And here is Okongwu. Johnson in the corner. And slam dunk by Johnson.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Now here's Jones. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And how about the patience from Buzelis and the body control? He doesn't rush through that play.
Pass to Johnson. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Now here's LeVert, defended by Jones. There's the three. Got that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from LeVert.
And how about the playmaking skills of LeVert? I like watching this guy break down the D in the pick and roll.
Herder, no good. Atlanta's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And there's the foul. It's on Trey Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Williams, he's checked in for Chicago. Dosunmu comes in for White.
Substitution for the Bulls, Patrick Williams.
50 seconds left to play here in the half. Riza-Shea sets the screen for Johnson. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. It's Jones on the wing. Back to Williams. Herder on the wing. And the three ball is good. Herder's got his first 3 points of the game.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A tricky shot for LeVert. Defense is all over him, but he draws a foul on that attempt.
LeVert hits both of them. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. They've led by as much as 10. Smith finds Herder. Back to Smith. Fires away from outside. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bulls lead by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Billy. I heard.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Lonzo Ball.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
And when you rip through the D like he did in that first half, you gotta stay aggressive. Keep getting to the rim.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. They've got Karis LeVert. Clint Capella is out there with George Niang. Then it's Terrence Mann, and it's Puffkin in at the point guard. Now here's Capella. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And a great display of physicality from Capella. He's not one to shy away from contact.
Chicago's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Dosunmu finds Williams. Back to Dosunmu. Pass to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Clint Capella.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Bulls have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay for their own.
He's clobbered. He'll get 3 shots at the line. It's going to go on Dosunmu.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
Chicago making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Smith. And Terry subbed in for Kevin Herter.
Oh, that is disappointing. Not only should they not be trailing, they should have the lead. Brutal misses on that trip.
The Hawks trailing. Man with it. And Terry picks him up defensively.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
Now here's LeVert. Defended by Dosunmu. LeVert the pass to man. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. 5 on the clock. Here's LeVert. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Williams finds Vucevic. Back to Williams. Pulls it up. Rebound, Atlanta. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Now LeVert. He has 5. Aston Yang. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound in this one. And Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor, has that long reach. Capella there with the intimidation.
Josh Giddey's checked in for Jones. Here's Bufkin. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Aston Yang for the lead. Rebound by the Bulls. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Now here's Dosunmu. Defense right on him. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. The Hawks trail by 3. LeVert with it. And he drops in the layup off the glass. LeVert's got 7 points.
And got to push LeVert out of that area because he's very comfortable looking to score from there.
There's Williams. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by Capella. To the inside. And the dunk by Capella.
Doesn't get any easier than this. Capella's work ethic is what allows him to get those dunks. And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Here's Mann after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. LeVert against Terry. Jacks up a 3. Kept alive. Here's Capella. Oh, and the jam by Capella.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Free throw good from Giddey. So for the Bulls. Collins checked in for Vucevic. Bruce Ellis comes in for Patrick Williams. And it's Kobe White in for Dosunmu. Now here's LeVert. He has 7. Pass to Mann. From past the arc. Bruce Ellis grabs the board. Outside White. A 3 ball. Collins passes to White. Kicks it out to Collins. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Bulls lead by 3.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Here's Niang. Oh, good with the triple. Bulls have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Pass to Bufkin. Sweet move. And that's 2 points on the layup. Here's Giddey. And Capella sends it back. And no good. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. It's Chicago. They're up by 1. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
That is why he is a point guard in this league. He has the elite passing ability, the vision. You need both to play the point guard.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The guard set is Giddey and White. Terry is out there with Buzelis. And it's Collins in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Giddey. Bucket is good.
Boy, where's the effort defensively? You have got to put up a better fight.
Yeah, these teams have kind of decided to fight this battle on scoring alone. There's not that much intensity on defense.
Daniels inside the line. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Some changes for Chicago. Vucevic comes in for Collins. And Ball subbed in for Terry.
Lonzo Ball.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And it's Vucevic missing. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Atlanta. A 2-point game. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's Rizichet. Giddey defending. Pass to Daniels. 5 to shoot. For 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Daniels has got the lead up to 1 now for the Hawks. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Ball kicks to Giddey. And it's Jalen Johnson with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Ball. Here's Buzelis. And Ball gets it to go on the assist by Buzelis. Ball's got 25 points in the game. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Lobbed up there for Johnson. No good. Shot missing.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
And it's sent back by Okongwu. Hawks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
On the wing, Daniels. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. He lobs it up. Got a piece of it. Rizichet with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Johnson, and slam dunk by Johnson.
This kid, Rizichet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
To the middle. Ball. Count it, and the foul. It's going to be on Trae Young.
And Ball is not going to back down in these moments. In fact, he embraces being the man when it's a big possession. A great job to get the bucket and to get to the line. When the game's on the line, you want your guys attacking like he did there.
Young taking his time here. Down low. Here's O'Connor. Gets the bucket and the foul. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
Just great anticipation by Young. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball.
Chicago making a switch here. Terry's checked in. To the paint. Young with the steal. And now here comes Young leading the break. Johnson outside. And the layup is good. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Hawks.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And boy, it just seems like they are blocking everything. All throughout this game, they have just wreaked havoc defensively. Coming up big. What poise from Ricochet on that clutch bucket. Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Here is Daniels. Terry covering. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Ricochet. And the 3 off target. Chicago with the ball. On the wing, too. He's covered by Daniels. Ball dishes to Vucevic. Pass to Buzelis. Wants to get it to Giddey, and does. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
And an intentional foul right there. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Gets them to fall, and those are huge free throws. It's now a 2-possession game. A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point. So I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
Pass the ball. The tray. He's off from 3. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game up.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 5. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
With timeouts, it's use them or lose them, so why not go down fighting?
Ball with the bucket.
This man has entered the zone. Great shooting performance from him all game long.
And so the big win by Atlanta in a thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. Richard Jefferson, Greg.
Looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Brandon Ingram out there with Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Boucher in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
And up the court come the Bulls on the break, and they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Team foul.
Vucevic against Boucher, the kick out to Ball. And he's going for the lob. Tries to save it. It's stolen by Ingram.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
Barnes the screen. 6 on the shot clock. From the arc. And that's good. Ingram for 3.
The first good move in a long chess match between these coaching staffs.
Yeah, now we get the...
Oh, my goodness!
What a dunk! Explosive move by White, going right up to the rim.
Grant, how about Kobe White? Going from a bench player to one of the league leaders in minutes.
Yeah, Kobe played more than 35 minutes per game last season. Top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level, so he has an exciting future in front of him.
Quickly's got space. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Ball against Barrett. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Quickly. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Toronto shooting their first foul shot of the game. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, I spoke with the head coach of the Bulls. We got to talking about Brandon Ingram, and I asked how coach thought they might limit him tonight. Coach told me, well, there's nothing we can do about his size and his length, so we're hoping just to frustrate him and keep him off balance by getting up in his business and contesting shots. Hopefully that plan pans out for them, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Ingram on the wing, covered by Vucevic. A deep 3. Ellis grabs the board.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. White's got 7 points in the game.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Quickly passes to Barnes. And they pick up 2.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
2 minutes remaining.
Back to Giddey.
2 minutes.
Here's White. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. 9 points in the game.
Well, as a guard like White, you need to score inside. Force teams to respect you everywhere.
Barnes feeling it out a bit. The 3-pointer off the mark. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Ellis' shot is good.
Yeah, this demonstrates how confident Buzelis is. He knows he can be lethal off the catch.
And the basket by Boucher.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Fast break, here we go. Boucher a screen on ball. And here's Ingram from the arc. That one misses. He's 1 for 3. Chicago trailing here. Here's the 3. Second chance shot. Offensive board. The kick out to White. Shoots over Barnes. Dives for it, and that's out of bounds. Last touch by Giddey. Toronto has gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. Ingram, the pass to Barrett. Giddey against Quickly. Outside for Boucher. Outside Barrett. Shot clock at 6. Driving in, and that one is stuffed right through.
And Barrett's teammates and coaches love when he shows some edge, slashing to the rim with purpose.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Ball outside. To the inside. Buzelis. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
Quickly finds Ingram. Hits the three-pointer. Ingram's got 7 points. White for 3. Offense is coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. Toronto out in front, up 4. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And following off of what you said, they've really done a good job distributing the ball, passing up good shots for great ones.
Williams and Vucevic are inside. Lonzo Ball is out there with Kobe White. And it's Herter in at the 3. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
After a trade to New Orleans back in 2019, Brandon Ingram has become a primary scorer, Grant.
Yeah, he scored well over 20 points per game since leaving the Lakers. B.I. has the rare blend of length and shooting, and beyond scoring, Ingram's assist numbers are very impressive too.
Here's Ball, and that one drops for him.
This is how you execute in transition. Ball beating everyone to the spot.
Raptors lead by 5. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards, and you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Allie, he's certainly got the skill level. It's Barrett on the wing, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Bulls shooting around 50% of the game so far. Ball with it, and it's Ingram picking him up. And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for the Raptors. They lead by 8, biggest lead of the game. Quickly passes to Barrett. Fires the 3. No good. The Bulls have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. For Toronto, they've gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Barnes, no good. Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Herter gets the bucket.
They're hammering them on the open floor right now.
They got to keep looking for fast break scores to even this game up.
Boucher, left side. And finished off by Boucher.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Inside, here's Ball. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Collins, he's checked in for Chicago. Terry comes in for White. Pass to Battle. That won't fall. Can't drop his first one. The Bulls trail by 5. Terry, the pass to Williams. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Honestly, I don't know how he pulled that off.
Walter, he's checked in for Toronto. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. The free throw drops for Williams. Toronto shooting pretty well at 45%. Pass to Mobo from deep. Collins with the rebound. For Chicago, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
Here's Mobo. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that going to get them going.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Here's Dick. Pass to Walter. 54 seconds left in the second. Stolen by Collins. Ball right side. Here's Williams. Here's Terry. No points so far. To the wing, right side. Here's Mobo. And the 3 off target. Chicago with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Collins. It's Herter on the wing. Back to Collins. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And the Raptors making a change here. Out left to the wing. Back to Giddey. Got it off in time. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Emmanuel quickly with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he was a beast on the offensive glass in that first half. How can they slow him down?
Yeah, look, even when you put a body on him, he finds ways to extend possessions.
Checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. We've got Jakob Poeltl, and it's Abaji in at the 3, small forward.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Giddey into the lane, and they take the lead. And the Bulls lead by 2.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
6 lead changes in a game that has a lot of character.
Yeah, both sides stepping up and making big plays.
To the inside, out of bounds, it'll be Toronto's ball.
Yeah, a communication breakdown. Two guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
Pirtle with a screen on Giddey. Here's Dick. Shot's blocked. And he gets it back. And they'll get another chance. And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. It's a three-point game. Here's Battle. He's covered by DeSumo. And there's a pick. Lets the three fly. And again, Toronto with a triple.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
The three, Smith connects from downtown.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Abaji. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Stripped away. And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Outside Dick. The three is up. Here's Mobo. Giddey with a defensive effort. Bulls trail by 6. Pass to Buzelis. Fires the three. Nails it from 3. Buzelis has got 8.
And with a smooth shot like that, I expect Buzelis to hit a ton of three-pointers during his career.
And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Grant.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
Back to DeSumo. 4 on the clock. Outside Giddey. Pass to DeSumo for the tie. Rebound Toronto. Ooh, stolen by Smith. To the wing on the left.
Toronto foul.
The Bulls making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in.
First team foul. Checking into the game for your Bulls. Number 9.
There's a minute 47 left in the third. Now here's Giddey. Defense is right there.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Here's Mobo. And again, Toronto, no good. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third.
And the defense has to offer more resistance. You can't let guys like Buzelis get this close to the rim.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
So Toronto ends up going with a new group. Chicago on D. They lead by 1. And finished off by Boucher. Incredible game. This lead has been exchanged 8 times.
Tremendous show of will and resilience on both sides.
Outside, Williams. To the middle, to the left side wing. Three-pointer, Vucevic. Rebounded by Ingram. The Raptors have gone 5 of 11 in this third quarter. There's the three. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's White. Pass to Williams. Yep, that one goes. Williams has got 5.
Well, the analytics would say take either that shot or something from downtown.
The three from Barnes. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Jones from outside. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Ingram with the ball. And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He wants to review the game plan.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
White for three. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the 4th quarter could have more action in store for us. Williams and Vucevic are inside. Kobe White out there with ball. And it's Herder in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Quite simply, Brandon Ingram is a point getter, so he will absolutely take those on the break.
Ball passes to Williams. Ball outside. Pass to White. Just 5 to shoot. There's Herder with the 3. Not going to go that time. The Raptors with a lead. Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram is having a great night so far, playing passionate offense and finding lots of quality looks.
For Chicago, Buzelis comes in for Williams, and it's Josh Giddey in for Herder. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan was saying to the team. He isn't liking what he's seeing out there on the perimeter, saying to his guys, defensively, we're too lax, and they're getting any 3 they want. And offensively, the ball movement, it isn't crisp, which is why we're not getting many opportunities from outside. I want to see improvement on both ends.
As always, Allie, we thank you. And that one's good. Quickly.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Here's White. Gets it. He's 6 for 10 and looking confident out there.
This continues to be a battle. The lead is within reach.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Pass to Vucevic. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball.
Yeah, Vucevic matching 3s and clapping right back.
Quickly against White. Quickly outside. And here's Boucher. And finished off by Boucher.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
It's Giddey on the wing, covered by Ingram. Here's Ball. No good, a bit long that time. Got a piece of it, stolen by Giddey. Banked it in off the glass.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Boucher, left side. Oh, they get a hand on it. And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Ingram. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Over to the left wing. Ball finds White. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to be on Brandon Ingram.
Well, White can attack fast, and the defense was unprepared to contest him cleanly.
He drops the first one, and and that shrinks the margin to just 4. White hits them both.
When it's this close, he's exactly who they want at the stripe.
Toronto's gone 3 for 3 from downtown in this fourth quarter. Here's quickly. Chicago grabs the miss. Vucevic has got 7 rebounds in the game. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Also, guys, they put in maximum effort on the offensive glass. Great determination to follow shots and not giving up on the possessions.
Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Pass to Buzelis. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Ball. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Barnes. For 3. And it's Giddey with a rebound.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Outside Barrett. Outside for Boucher. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
They give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And it's tied up with that one.
Oh, tremendous composure at the line to tie things up and give them a shot at overtime.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game.
Substitution for the Bulls. Jalen Smith. Terry.
And here's quickly. Down low. Shakes him. Money.
And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
They could actually go for a 3 and win here, but I think they may play it safe and try to send this game to overtime.
Now, hold everything. The officials want to review it. And hang on, they're going to have to take a look at that shot again. They want to see if the horn had sounded before the ball left his hands. This one isn't over yet, folks. They may get a second chance here. If it's overturned, we're going to go.
going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Ingram is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Boucher in at the 5 spot. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Barnes screen on Young. Quickly the pass to Barnes. Clock at 6. Barrett with this screen on Young. Toronto needs to get off his shot. Young with the steal. And the call will be against Emmanuel quickly. That's his first foul. It's Young on the wing, quickly covering. Pass to Ricochet. Johnson sets the screen for Ricochet. And the dunk by Ricochet.
Yeah, if you give Ricochet a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
And one of those guys, Brent, who can take over a game, sometimes from beginning to end, is Trae Young.
It is remarkable, Kevin, especially at his size in today's game. It reminds me a lot of playing against Allen Iverson, a guy who could dominate the game as a small player, and that's what Trae is. But what he can do offensively, the instincts that he shows, the way he can get it going offensively, he's truly a remarkable talent in terms of a small guy dominating a big man's game.
Toronto with the ball. Here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
Well, flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's Okongwu. It's Young on the wing, quickly covering. Okongwu with a screen on Barrett. Offensive rebound. Johnson against Barnes. Shot clock at 5. Okongwu with the screen for Ricochet. Boucher kicks to Barrett. Offline with his 3. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. Coach had praise for one of the opponents tonight, the versatile Scotty Barnes. He told me Scotty's somebody that can do it all. He can score, pass, rebound, and defend multiple positions. And that's rare for a player his age. So, Kevin, Scotty's still growing as a player.
Thank you, David. Barrett finds quickly. Launches a 3. Okongwu grabs the board. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here is Daniels. He's covered by Ingram. 3-pointer. And there's Daniels. That's good on the assist by Okongwu.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Barnes. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. We love young Scotty Barnes. He can shoot, he can defend, and he can really pass. Brent, he seems like the ideal wing.
Well, there's a lot of things there, Kevin, that are very good. You don't become an all-star at that position without those kind of abilities. But the responsibility of playing winning basketball consistently, let's see how that plays out for Scotty moving forward. Trae Young playing floor general. He's so good and so quick at finding the open man.
Here's quickly out to Barrett. Boucher passes to Barrett, and Barrett slams it in.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Okongwu a screen. 1:07 left in the first quarter. Toronto grabs the miss. Here's quickly. Scoreless thus far. Good on the three-point shot.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Okongwu dishes to Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Quickly kicks to Ingram. 27 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Barnes. From outside the arc. They grabbed their own miss. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. To the inside. The kick out to Young. Hangs home the trifecta.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Quickly, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Clearly a foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe, but he has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
It's been all about Okongwu for the Atlanta Hawks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists is a nice way to play.
The front court is Riziche and Johnson. Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Okongwu in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Barnes screen on Young. Quickly, that's for 2. No good there off the double clutch.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The kick out to Young. Johnson the screen. Young pass to Okongwu. The basket good off the assist from Young. Okongwu's now got the lead up to 7 now for Atlanta. Pass to Ingram. Fires for 3. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Well, Brandon Ingram answering the call comes right back with 3 of his own.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Raptors are rebuilding with purpose. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're doing a good job at the start of this process, selecting the right people that care and are very committed to each other. That's a good baseline to build on. Kevin, slowly, the pieces are falling into place.
David, you're so right. He is great at developing those young players.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
It's good, and the Hawks' lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Quickly. The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, GA, had a terrific rookie year, as we know. His second year may have fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit stagnant for Scotty, but man, he had a monster third year, making his first All-Star game. The playmaking of Barnes especially took a lead.
Three-pointer, Daniels. The rebound by Brandon Ingram.
I'm shocked that it didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Barrett kicks to Ingram. Back to Barrett. From deep. And it's Ingram missing.
You really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Here's Young. Pass to Okongwu. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And that's 15 points for Onyeka Okongwu. And it's Barrett penetrating. And Barrett slams it in.
And you love that. Just that quick first step, and RJ up and over the D.
And here's Young from the arc. Barnes grabs the miss. Raptors trail by 3. Going inside, and the dunk by Barnes.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Here's Young. Johnson outside. Shea sets the screen for Johnson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Daniels from outside. Toronto grabs the miss. Boucher's got 4 rebounds in this game. Young against Quickly. Lets it go with the 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 4 rebounds in this game. Young pass to Johnson. Back to Young. Johnson with a screen on Quickly. Inside and stolen by Barnes. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. Quickly with a wide open look. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
And it's the Raptors ball. They're on a 13-4 run. It's Barrett on the wing and stolen by Okongwu. Here's Johnson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Scotty Barnes picks one up. The Hawks shooting their 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight. And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Johnson. We've got 13 seconds left here in the 2nd. Here's Mobo. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. The Raptors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first one falls. And both free throws good for Jake. On the wing, man. And it's have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hawks ahead, leading by just 1. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena.
I'm thinking about the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been one outstanding game from Onyeka Okongwu.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. We've got Jakob Poeltl, and it's Battle in at the 2. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
And the dunk by Capella.
Well, take your choice. You can either foul him or watch him dunk. Well, actually, in this case, you could get both.
Here's Battle. Levert defending. It's deflected. It's stolen by Capella. Pass to Bufkin. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, Capella at that size really has no issues spotting the open man.
Here's Battle. Drills the three-pointer. Battle's got himself on the board with 3 there.
no way he's going to pass that shot up. He is way too far back and relaxed and getting out on it.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Dick with it, and Pirtle has it in the corner. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Pirtle's got it all tied up now for Toronto.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Man finds LeVert. Puts up a three. And Pirtle pulls it down. For Jakob Pirtle, his parents paved the way for him to become a professional athlete. And I'd say Brent did a good job.
Well, it's a good point, Kevin. They were doing some blocking of their own, just not basketballs like Jakob does. Both of his parents, members of the Austrian national volleyball teams, and building some roofs on some people trying to put down a few slams.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And Pirtle sends it back. Back to Capella. 6 on the shot clock. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. They can't stop the run with that one.
Oops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Mobo gets the basket.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going. He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Nice move, and it's good on the way in. And it's a 6-point Raptor lead. Hawks have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. The three sinks the three-pointer. Hopkins got Friedman.
And with that three-pointer, how about ending that 11-0 run by Toronto?
And Grady Dick gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Raptors on defense. It's a three-point game. Great open look there. LeVert's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. It's on Caris LeVert. Toronto shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
1:10 left to play here in the third. Pass to man. To the middle. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Here's Mobo, and he uses the glass on the layup. Mobo's got 6 here in this quarter.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Here's LeVert. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
What a great touch on that shot from LeVert. Even the foul can't interrupt the rhythm of his mechanics.
Toronto's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Here's Mobo. A special move before the shot. 10 points for him as we approach the fourth quarter. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Pass to Niang. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter, and it's good for 2.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Here's Mobo. Now Dick. Got it off in time, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading back. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Rizashea in at the 3 spot. So that's the Hawks 5. And Pirtles sends it back. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Toronto trailing. Ingram outside. Over Daniels. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Atlanta's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Back to Young. Kicks it out to Johnson. Three-pointer. Young's shot is off. Toronto shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Onside, Barrett. Barrett setting a pick for Quickly. Just 4 to shoot. Barnes screen on Young. And here's Quickly for 3.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Deflects the pass. Here's Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
Like how selfless Quickly was on that play, just creating team offense.
Johnson surveying the floor. Okongwu finds Young. This one for 3. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Barnes sets a screen for Quickly. Pass to Boucher. Back to Quickly. Shoots. Kept alive. Boucher passes to Ingram. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Okongwu slams it in. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
For 3, Ingram trains the three-pointer. And the Raptors lead by 2.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Pass to Rizashea. Okongwu down low. Working on Boucher.
And you can tell Rizashea has a great basketball IQ. He spots the opening and delivers the pass on time.
Boucher sets a screen for Ingram. Back to Barrett. It's Ingram on the wing. And Barrett slams it in.
R.J. Barrett wanting the ball and coming through. That was critical.
Okongwu with a screen on Ingram. Young's shot is off. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's the 3. They get it back. Pass to Boucher. And here's Ingram from the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. And it's a 5-point Raptor lead.
Well, Ingram's going to come through when it's crucial. He did so there.
Young for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Embracing the big moment is Trae Young.
Toronto, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. We're of 9. No one near Boucher as he lets it go. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Johnson against Barnes. Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. Okongwu finds Johnson. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. It's good. And And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Ingram outside. Pass to Barnes. There's 21 seconds left in the game. And here is Ingram. Boucher sets a screen for Ingram. Takes a three. Drains the three, and yes, he'll go to the line for one more. That one on Ricochet. And that one falls for Ingram.
Yeah, that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
Score, then hope for some missed free throws or a turnover at the other end.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here is Daniel, and he commits the intentional foul.
His first, team second. At the line.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
2 shots.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. And now we've got the intentional foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here.
their half-court sets.
When you're a young player, that can be a bit frustrating, but when you're a vet, you welcome games like this where everyone can take their time.
Now here's ball. And a look at the starters for the Bulls. They've got Josh Giddey. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Lonzo Ball, and it's White in at the shooting guard position.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his flight gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
Okongwu, a screen on Ball. Young from long range. It's hauled in by the Bulls. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder, and one of their main defensive focuses, Nikola Vucevic. Coach telling me that Vuce has the big body, plus he can really shoot it, but they really emphasized boxing him out. Nikola is great at converting misses into second chance points. Boxing out, it's back to the basics, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay now, Rook. Buzelis showing he can finish with some power.
Here's Atlanta with the ball. Johnson a screen on White. To the paint. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Daniels. Back to Okongwu. 6 on the shot clock. Cans it from the wing.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
Now here's Vucevic. Three-pointer, Buzelis. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Buzelis has got 5 now.
And he doesn't waste any time at all. Buzelis got the ball and just attacked right away.
Daniels passes to Johnson. They set the pick. Back to Daniels. Here's Rizachet. Giddey defends. The shot's good.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, there are usually Bulls fans sprinkled in every crowd.
Young with the bucket.
The deep ball from Young. He only needs a little wiggle room to feel comfortable firing away.
Pass to Buzelis from outside the arc. The rebound by Atlanta. Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
Here's Rizachet. Lets it go from deep. It's not going to go for him. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Down low. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Nice basic one-hander there.
Hey, I think he got some extra bounce off the ground on that one. Here's Rizachet. Pass to Young. The Hawks need to get one up here. Here's Okongwu. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Chicago has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And that one's good. Giddey.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Daniels, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
Three-pointer Vucevic, and the three-pointer goes.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. Giddey passes to Ball. Here's Giddey. The kick out to White. Pass to Buzelis. Back to Ball. Now Young with a steal. On the push. Here comes Atlanta. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Wanting to improve on defense, when Young hustles and stays engaged, he's capable of grabbing steals.
Count the basket. Vucevic has got 5.
getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
The Hawks trailing. And here's a Kongwu for three. And it's Giddy with a rebound. 19 seconds left in the first. Here's Ball. Lays it up and banks it in.
Lots of quick moves inside by Ball to get into great position for the score.
Here's Daniels. He's guarded by White. Johnson a screen on White. Daniels passes to Johnson. Shoots over White. And it's Atlanta scoring again.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. There's Ball with a three, and that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Sure. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you think about what we've seen here from the Bulls tonight?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
In this league, it is so hard scoring in the half court, so you have to run every time you get the opportunity.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Josh Giddey out there with Buzelis. Then it's Smith, then it's Lonzo Ball, and it's Terry in at the two.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Here's Ball. Pass to Buzelis. Gets stolen by Johnson. Young with it. Guarded now by Ball. Oh, there's the alley. Oh, the dunk by a Kongwu.
Yeah, defensively, if you come off someone, Young will find them.
Outside Giddey. Young against Ball. Ball's doubled. Smith outside. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Atlanta.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
On the wing, Daniels. 4-3. Buzelis grabs the board. Bulls trail by 3. Pass to Ball. Puts up a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Ball's got 7.
Love whenever Ball is assertive like this. This is how dangerous he can be on offense.
A Kongwu with it. Back to Young. To the middle. Shot clock at 5. Back to a Kongwu. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Okongwu's got 4 points this quarter. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
And Atlanta with possession here. Chicago making their last shot. Back to Daniels. Pass to Okongwu. Outside Johnson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Herter's checked in for Chicago. White comes in for Ball. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Daniels misses. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. And they're running. Here's the 3. The offensive rebound. Back to Johnson. Chicago with a rebound.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
To the left wing. Three-pointer. Buzelis drops in the 3. Give him 8.
And with a smooth shot like that, I expect Buzelis to hit a ton of three-pointers during his career. I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. White, the pass to Smith. Back to White. Smith with a screen on Young. Smith outside. Pass to Buzelis. And it's all from three-point range. For Atlanta, they've gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Daniels passes to Okongwu. Here's Daniels. Sinks the tray. Daniels has got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, slick play call by Daniels. Pick and rolls give him room to operate, and he does not waste it at all.
What is going on right now?
And the Hawks going with a whole new group out there. Williams is checked in for Chicago. The Hawks leading. There's 57 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Pass to Bufkin. Here's Capella. And it's Capella with the jam.
Yeah, at the offensive end, more often than not, you'll find Capella at the rim.
White for 3. Capella with a rebound. The Hawks lead by 4. Here's Bufkin. Out to the wing. Now here's Capella. Here's Bufkin. He's guarded by White. Clock at 6. Capella. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
And just so active for his size, Capella is hard to guard.
For Chicago, Vucevic comes in for Smith. And it's Dosunmu in for Tarrant.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Yeah, you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
White, the pass to Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
Doing exactly what you expect. Vuce setting a solid screen that gets things going.
Screen by Capella. And here's LeVert for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. LeVert's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Get ready for the fan half-court shot. They're measuring up the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Boy, it's been quite a game for Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
George Niang out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Karis LeVert, then it's Terrence Mann, and it's Bufkin in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
LeVert outside. Plenty of space. And the shot goes. LeVert's got 5 points.
A good shooter with a smooth stroke. LeVert's ability to hit shots can take him very far in this league.
Williams, a screen on LeVert. Dosunmu, the pass to Vucevic. Back to Herter. Picked by Vucevic. Shot clock at 6. Herter can't hit. The Hawks lead by 6. And Richard, in a league where shooting has never been more valuable, it's great to have a player like Kevin Herter.
And he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective. Matter of fact, he's probably best when he's moving off the ball and causing confusion. He puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
And here's Capella. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Vucevic with a steal. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Williams from long range hits the trifecta. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
With the defense trying to protect the interior, he pulls at the arc and drains it.
LeVert outside. This one for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Levert's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's a big make for Levert. Should help his confidence.
Three-pointer, Vucevic. Ooh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3. That one on Capella.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
RJ, when you talk about Vucevic, is he the best NBA player ever to come from Switzerland?
There is an argument to be made. He has the most points by any Swiss-born player by far and the only All-Star game appearances.
Levert goes against Williams. Capella, the pass to Levert. To the left wing. 5 on the clock. Inside. Here's Niang. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Niang's got his first bucket in this one. Bulls trail by 5. Williams finds White. Three-pointer. Capella with a rebound. Atlanta's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Here's the pick. Pass to Levert. The 3 is up. Counted from distance. Levert's got 11 points.
Ooh, he's earning his keep offensively, a key part of their winning effort at this point.
And here's Capella. Outside man. Screen by Capella. Man misses. For Chicago, they've gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. Dosunmu can't hit. Atlanta leading by 8. To the inside. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Levert outside. Robbed. And here's the fast break. White for 3. Fires in the triple. And now just a 5-point Atlanta lead.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Now here's Levert. Tightly guarded. From downtown. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds in the game. And the shot goes down. He's got 12.
No question, Vucevic is locked in right now, just giving a ton of energy on that offensive end.
And the pass to Niang. Here's Capella. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Johnson, he's checked in for Niang. Risache comes in for Mann. Daniels is checked in for Levert. And it's Young in for Bufkin. And a new group getting ready for Chicago. Smith, he's checked in for Nikola Vucevic. Uzelis comes in for Williams. Terry's checked in for Herter. And it's Josh Giddey in for White. The Bulls trail by 6. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Tries to keep it alive. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. And the Hawks with possession here. They've led by as much as 10. There's Young with the 3. Rebound by Terry. Outside Giddey. 3 seconds left. The shot won't fall. And so it's Atlanta leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's mostly due. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Bulls trail by 6. On the court for Chicago, we've got Smith. Ball is out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Buzelis. And it's Terry in at the 3. Pass to Johnson. Young with it. Here's Risache. 4 on the clock. There's the screen by Johnson from outside the arc. Risache, no good. The Bulls shooting a nice 50% for the game. Here's Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
They found strong offensive footing in the open court.
And they need to use that momentum, clawing their way back via fast break points.
Here's Daniels. Pass to Rizachet. Left side, Young. Okongwu with it. Here's Rizachet. And a foul called on the... And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees. Every call matters.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
They give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And Ball is such an effective two-way player. Takes smart shots on offense and really hustles on defense.
Okongwu, the pass to Johnson. Drives to the hoop. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball.
That pass wandered off target. Can't lose focus on the little bitty things.
Atlanta leading by 4. Outside Johnson. Here's Daniels, hounded by Ball. Out to the right wing. Here's Rizachet. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Giddey. Here's Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Pass to Buzelis. Takes a 3. Pure from three-point range.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul of the game. The Bulls making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Rizachet. 6 on the shot clock. On the wing, Daniels. Doesn't go for him. Ooh, excellent D there from Ball. Terry, the pass to Giddey. There's a minute 59 left in the game. To the paint. Here he goes. And down it goes. Jam that one home. Oh, couldn't have asked for a more hotly contested game.
These teams have swapped the lead 8 times. I believe it's coming down to the wire.
Giddey against Young. Right wing. Now here's Okongwu. Tight defense on it. Unloads. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 or 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Pass to Terry. Down low. It's stolen by Johnson. And now the Hawks on the break. And here's Okongwu for 3. Knocks it down from distance. And the Hawks lead by 2.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
Here's Ball. Johnson with the defensive effort. Atlanta's going 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Here's Young. Pass to Rizachet. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Bulls. There's 37 seconds left to play in the fourth. pick by Vucevic. Giddey passes to Vucevic. No good from outside.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
And it's Okongwu off the drive.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
They get the rebound. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Oh, he nails it! And that one brings them within one.
His teammates look to Buzelis in the big moment, and he must be doing something right. He's been playing great, unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick two and then foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
And so it's Atlanta who scrapes by with a win. All right, Allie, thank you.